Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. This week we still don't have any mods of the week, although I did upgrade a lot to version 2017.2.0. It fixed some of the more egregious bugs, which I didn't show on purpose before, so nothing will look changed for you, but that's fine. Yes, so we have some research to go through. Actually, before I do anything, I need to go to the squad menu and invest my squad points, because I can invest that into Defender. And instead of having plus 40% bonus for Paragon and Renegade, to get plus 70. I cannot wait for that until the start of the next mission, because I might earn some already. But yeah, the upgrades. So we got some machine gun damage, 1 out of 5, microfield pulsar. Squad bonus plus 10% submachine gun damage. Upgrades the submachine guns of your entire squad. This upgrade improves a weapon's mass effect field generator, increasing the velocity of each slug fired. And costs not that much. Very nice. So at the start of the game, if you import a character from either Mass Effect 1 or another playthrough of Mass Effect 2, you get, I think, like 50,000 of each of the resource types. The interesting part about it is that while Iridium is not very rare, the next thing that we are going to do, tech damage, uses element 0. Now that one is very, very rare. You can only find it on select planets. But you get the same amount for every single type of resource, which means that we don't actually have to mine for element 0 at all in the game if we use an imported character, because since it's rare, also the upgrades don't cost that much. That's quite an interesting side effect of things. So, multi-core amplifier, tech damage 1 out of 5, squad bonus plus 10% tech power damage. Standard omnitools are calibrated with a wide neural input tolerance range, so they can be used effectively by any race. By tuning the inputs of the omnitool to match the specific neural patterns of the user, responsiveness and power can be greatly increased. Once tuned in this manner, the omnitool is almost unusable by anyone but the wearer, and it must be constantly recalibrated to subtle neural shifts. So basically this is the organic counterpart to using Gen 2 Linux. Got it. And both submachine gun damage and tech damage is something that will be very useful for us as a Sentinel. This costs a lot, but I also have a lot of palladium. Maybe I will buy it eventually. Yeah, for now we don't have anything else to do. So what I want to do is go back here.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
And read our private messages, I guess. There are some interesting unread messages. First of all, things are quiet again. From Omega Clinic Desk. Daniel, of course. Commander, I wanted to thank you again for saving me from those Batarians. I thought I'd seen the worst of people's anger and fear in Dr. Solus's clinic. I had no idea how much anger his work was keeping in check, how bad it really was. If not for you, I'd be dead. Thank you. The clinic is doing well. You got rid of most of the plague, and I've been able to handle the rest without too much trouble. The Blue Suns keep offering to take over security here. I keep the mechs powered on. I won't make the same mistake twice. Thanks, Daniel. Nice. So we got some feedback from that guy that we saved, and Morden will be happy to hear about that too. More recent thing, glad I didn't sign up, from John Whitson. Hey, Aria gave me this address. I think I met you at Afterlife on Omega. You stopped me from joining up with those mercs who were trying to take out Archangel. Man, I was so pissed off at you. I got blind drunk that night, and it was a few days later before I got it together enough to check the news vids, and saw that almost all those mercs had gotten killed by Archangel. I don't know who you are or if you got out of there alive yourself, but thanks. I felt really stupid when I heard about the body count, and how I could have been part of it. I'll make the most with what you did for me. John Woodson. Yep. The noob that tried to get signed on to the Archangel mission. If we hadn't broken his newly acquired gun, we wouldn't have got this message, I'm pretty sure. And you're alive from Mom. So I have to find out my child is alive third hand from the Alliance brass. Where the hell have you been? I figure whatever you're doing is classified, likely part of your Spectre operations. Just stay safe out there, and keep doing your mom proud. And sneak something through a secure channel next time. Love, your mother, Captain Hannah. Excellent. Since we're a spacer, we still have a parent who is not dead, and continuing from the last game where we had a meeting, we get an email. Not quite as good as a meeting, but still pretty nice. And everything else can wait. Especially the Cerberus messages. Those people can go away. Meanwhile, I want to talk to Joker, see what he thinks about us getting Garrus back.
Hey, Commander, we got Garrus back! That's great, because he was totally my favorite. With that pole up his ass.
Rude. Also, especially for Shepard, because Garrus is one of his role models, since he is a vigilante who seeks justice no matter the cost and so on. And that's mostly what John is all about. So, don't be rude. But how are things in the cockpit?
I assume everything is going well up here?
It was until the thing started questioning my every move. It won't let anything slide.
You were deliberately falsifying maintenance reports, Mr. Moreau.
Not falsifying, tweaking. I always round up on task times. It makes us look good when we come in under.
Yeah, sounds like a decent idea. As long as Cerberus gets wrong data about us, I'm quite happy.
Harmless self-promotion. Edie can ease off on that.
Very well, Shepard.
Yeah, go pout. I win.
Joker.
Right, no hard feelings. Good game.
Good game indeed.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Excellent. So let's go see what Chambers has to say, if anything.
How is our newest Turian crew member doing? His injuries looked painful.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot, and not just physically.
True. How may I help you, Commander?
Well, first you could not teleport. But also...
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Nope.
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, let's go talk to our new Turian squad member. And see if we can get some of the information about his life from him.
Did you hear? Another colony went missing. Ferris Fields.
Ferris Fields? Didn't Hadley have a brother stationed there?
Yeah, he's taking it pretty hard.
Yeah, second time that we hear about Ferris Fields, and yet we don't have any official report about that from the elusive man. How rude. But also, now this part, main battery, is open. Right across the sleeper pods. And what do you know? Of course, Garrus is right here. But first...
What's this area of the ship?
The gunnery control station. The ship's batteries are controlled from here. The Combat Information Center operators send targeting information here. The CIC decides who to shoot. Gunnery Control decides how to shoot.
Yep, so this is basically our main gun. It's currently closed, because we're not shooting anything, but it's still here. Also, monitoring station. We got some codex entries out of that. Nice. So, Garrus, what's up?
Shepard, need me for something?
Well, first of all, how has the crew been treating you?
Have the Cerberus crewmen given you any trouble?
I think being part of the team that took down Saren got me some points. Everyone I talked to was polite anyway. Don't worry, Commander. We're all working together.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Have you got any upgrade ideas for the Normandy's weapon systems?
A few, yeah. Here, take a look.
Uh-huh. Thanix cannon, particle cannon. The Turian-designed Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic cannon. It's not installed. Come on, game designers, you know better than that. And the cannon is powerful enough to destroy a collector ship with very few hits? Again, we don't know that, because nobody has ever fought the collectors.
Let me know when you've got the materials for me to upgrade our guns.
Yep.
What can you tell me about the Normandy's armaments?
Looks like Cerberus upgraded what the ship carried before. Should have a bit more kick. I still don't like our chances against a collector ship, though. Not unless we upgrade the guns.
Yeah, so it's better than before, but still not good enough, probably. But anyway, the main thing is to talk about his actual work on Omega.
Have you got a minute?
Sure. Just checking the weapon systems. You can never be too careful. I thought I'd seen every weapon in the galaxy in our fight against Saren. Mercenary work showed me otherwise. And now Cerberus rebuilds the Normandy with a few upgrades to boot. I wish we'd joined up with them sooner.
We're not working with Cerberus, come on.
We haven't joined Cerberus. They're funding our mission, that's all.
Relax, Shepard. Just a figure of speech. I can't exactly doubt your judgment. Not after I got my own squad killed.
I mean, Shepard has had his whole squad killed, and look what he's now. But yeah, so what happened?
How'd you end up fighting mercenaries here on Omega?
I trained to become a Spectre after the Normandy was destroyed, but it didn't work out. Too much politicking at the Citadel. Nobody was willing to take risks. Omega was filled with criminals nobody else could touch. And there was no red tape to slow me down. It was a perfect fit. People here needed someone to believe in. Someone to stand up to the local thugs.
Spectre training, you say? Well, he did promise at the end of the first game that he would do some Spectre training. But why did you drop it? You can quite easily just finish your Spectre training and then, you know, go to Omega and do things with even less red tape than there is already. Hopefully he can still continue that. That would be great.
That explains how you started. How'd you end up with a squad?
Not too different from how you formed your squad to fight Saren, actually. You prove that you get things done, and people join up. Mercs who wanted to atone. Security consultants tired of playing by the rules. I gave them hope. And now they're dead. Shows what I know.
Again, John has lost quite a lot of people also. And as long as the ends are good enough, that is fine. That's just the way that vigilantes roll, unfortunately, as it may be at the moment. But that is still fine. So, what was your squad anyway?
Tell me about your squad.
There were 12 of us, including me. Former military operatives, CSEC agents, the usual. Had a Solarian explosives expert. Pretty sure he'd spent time in the Special Tasks group. My tech expert was a Batarian, believe it or not. Not the friendliest guy, but he could hack any system ever built.
Yeah, actually we don't get to see any Batarian crew members ever. Maybe in Andromeda, but I don't know about that either. as for your squad, what were you doing?
What did your merc squad do? It didn't sound like you were available for hire.
You saw Omega. It was full of thugs kicking the helpless. I formed my team to kick back. We weren't mercenaries. At least nobody was paying us. We made money by taking down slavers, pirates, or gangs that went too far.
It sounds like you were just another gang.
Then I'm saying it wrong. We didn't shake anyone down. No civilian casualties. That was our rule. Every member of my team had lost someone to Omega's gangs. We weren't out to get rich. We were out to make those bastards think twice before murdering someone in the street.
Yeah, so basically, he was a vigilante. That is excellent. That's just what John likes to see. Cowboy cops and vigilantes are absolutely his game.
Doesn't sound like you made any friends with the gangs.
I got 3 separate merc bands to work together to take me down. My manager at CSEC would be impressed. It was simple. We'd hit their shipments, disrupt activities, get under their skin, make them angry. They'd come charging right into our well-prepared kill zone, crossfire and snipers, clean and surgical. They never stood a chance.
Excellent. Well, that's everything from here. So, what happened?
How did those mercenary gangs take down your team?
It was my own damn fault. One of my people betrayed me. A Turian named Sidonis. He drew me away just before the mercs attacked my squad. Then he disappeared. Everyone except me is dead because of him. And because I didn't see it coming.
A betrayal, you say?
I'm not sure I understand. What happened exactly?
Sidonis asked for my help on a job. When I got to the meeting point, nobody was there. By the time I got back to our hideout, the mercs had killed all but 2 of my squad. And they didn't last long.
So that must have happened just before the whole place where I showed up. So maybe he was killed in the raid?
Are you sure it was a betrayal? Maybe they took Sidonis out first.
No. I put out feelers with some old contacts. He booked transport off Omega just before the attack. He also cleared out his private accounts before he left. He sold me out and ran.
Welp.
Do you know where Sidonis is now?
No. His trail vanishes after he leaves Omega, but I'll keep hunting. I lost my whole team except for Sidonis. One day I'll find him and correct that. Thanks for coming by, Shepard. I've got some things to take care of.
Well, doing that is definitely something that we can do. That's what vigilantes are all about. Getting revenge. Also, Gardner.
How can I help you, Commander?
Do you need anything?
You have everything you need.
I make do. But have you ever tried to prepare a decent meal with military provisions? I'm good, but I'm no miracle worker. Taking down the collectors is going to be rough business. The crew deserves a few fine meals before they throw themselves into the fire.
Miracle worker. Along with what Joker said here, that's a reference to Star Trek, the original series, where the engineer, Scotty, always used to perform very well, because he would always say that, oh, well, I can do it in, like, 3 days or something, but just because I'm so cool, I will do it in 1 day or something, which makes everyone sound quite pleased, because he shortens the time quite a lot, but actually he was just not really telling the truth about how long it would normally take. And that's how he got the name Miracle Worker, because nobody really knew how long things take. But as for provisions with better materials, nah, we're doing 0% runs. As long as that's true, we cannot really do that.
We need to stay focused on our mission. There's no time for crew comfort.
Of course. They're a determined group. No need for pampering.
Indeed.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Yep, that's one quest that we will not be able to finish at all. But it's nice that we can actually say no, and he will take no as an answer. Well, let's talk to Miranda now.
Commander, what can I do for you?
First of all, upgrades?
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look.
It's another ship enhancement. And this time it's the Advanced Mineral Scanner for 15,000 Iridium. The Android Group's proprietary Argus planet scan technology has been integrated into the ship's systems. No, it hasn't been. Come on! This will greatly speed up the scanning process. This upgrade. This upgrade. It says that it will greatly speed up the planet scanning process. Now, originally, when this game just came out, the planet scanning reticle was of had a radius of 1 square on the planetary grid. In a patch, they fixed that, making it have a radius of 2 squares on the grid, which made things much nicer. You'd think that this research option would increase it even further to make it faster, because now you have a bigger reticle with which you can scan more area at the same time. But no, that's not what this does. What this does is it decreases the sensitivity of your mouse. That's all it does. That is super, super dumb. And completely not worth the Iridium. Like, I can increase my mouse DPI or decrease it by just clicking a button on the mouse. There is absolutely no reason to ever buy this. That is really silly. But I have an idea that maybe it could be possible to make a mod that does actually increase the scanner size. I still have to try and do that, but hopefully, if I can, that will be the mod of the week for next week. For now, let's just go back.
Whenever you have the time and resources, let me know.
I'll see what I can do. So, can we talk?
You have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
This is not Cerberus. Come on now.
Maybe that's because this isn't a Cerberus operation.
Not to you, maybe. But I report directly to the elusive man. And I'm here because he wants me to be. Cerberus gave you a second chance, Commander. Maybe you should do the same for us.
How about no? How about not killing the entire crew of his original squad? Also, I realized that technically Miranda's talent is Cerberus officer, which quite literally makes her the XO of the ship. So it's quite right to say that when going from the ship to somewhere else. Although now we upgraded that to Cerberus leader, which is even better. So, anyway, why should I?
What did Cerberus do that made you so loyal?
I suppose you deserve to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
Well, that's interesting. So...
How bad were the terms you and your father parted on?
Shots were fired.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I guess that was not very nice. But then, why Cerberus?
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did you need Cerberus?
My father invested a great deal in his dynasty. It wasn't a matter of just leaving. I knew he would continue to pursue his investments.
Well, that sounds quite unfortunate. And then Cerberus, why would they help?
I assume that Cerberus approves of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the Elusive Man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
I don't know about that. Well, first of all...
Who exactly is your father?
A businessman, but a very wealthy one. It's ironic, my father believed deeply in a human-positive agenda. He donated generously to Cerberus before I joined them. That's how I first heard about Cerberus, through my father's connections.
Human-centric agenda, I'd say.
You've told me a lot about your father. What happened to your mother?
I never had one. Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with an amalgam of desired traits from various sources. How arrogant can you be? The man is completely egomaniacal. Just another reason I had to get away from him.
Yeah, that sounds quite wrong.
You talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used. By your father? By Cerberus?
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, Commander.
Alright. Well, that was interesting to know. And... oh, we still have a bit of time. Let's go back to the CIC and head over to the next place that we will start.
No messages for you, Commander.
I know, right? Well, we will start the next video and do some planet exploration. So we don't need to do anything else on Omega, except recruit the veteran, but that's going to wait for a bit. Oh, the fuel depot. Pretty okay. Let's buy 5 probes. And the place that I want to go to next is another recruitment mission, of course. And this one will be recruit the convict in the Hourglass Nebula. Before I do things, let's read up on that a bit. Just to get a bit of a feeling for it. The convict. Jack, no last name known. Exceptional biotic ability. Note, criminal background, currently in custody. Jack is rumored to be the most powerful human biotic ever encountered. Very little additional data regarding Jack is available, except that the subject has a history of violence and should be approached carefully. Currently, Jack is being held on the Turian prison ship Purgatory. Cerberus has negotiated for the prisoner's release. Go to the prison ship Purgatory and pick up the convict. So that sounds pretty straightforward. We already have everything dealt with by Cerberus. All we need to do is just go pick up the convict. Simple enough, right? But first let's explore this new system. Orunmilla. A medium-sized gas giant, Orunmilla is close enough to its parent star to suffer massive changes in temperature during its day and night periods. This leads to powerful convection currents and storms throughout its hydrogen-helium atmosphere. Gathering helium-3 to refuel is possible for the hardiest of exploration craft, but lesser ships are nearly always lost in the attempt. Orunmilla is within the frost line of its solar system, where icy-colored gas giants do not usually form. For this reason, it is believed to be an extrasolar planet, captured by its star's gravity. Medium-sized. It's pretty small to me, but okay. I'm not even going to bother mining any of these because, like I said, you get so many things. And generally the ones, well, the systems with a mass relay are not really worth mining, because you can get there at any point anyway without using any of your fuel. So I'm just going to read things and not do anything else. Aganyu. Aganyu is an extremely large rock planet with a thin atmosphere of hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Abundant in both copper and platinum, the crust has been scanned by mining bots from Erenl. But the specialized equipment to work in Aganyu's heavy gravity, more than 5 Gs, has created prohibitive costs, and so Aganyu is largely unexploited. Alright, so this is probably a pretty rich planet. So, large orbital distance, yeah. Large radius, and hence 5.3 gravity. Quite cold, no atmosphere though. And Olokun. Olokun Sky Harvest is a standard gas giant composed of hydrogen and helium. The spacefarers from Erenl gather helium-3 from here rather than Orunmilla, as its atmosphere is much more predictable. Yeah, that makes sense, especially if you have FTL. And yeah, that's quite standard. And you can see rings, something that you couldn't see in the first game, but I still think that the camera in the first game is better. When you just see spheres, it gets really old really quick. Also, in order to tell if there's anything, you have to move around a bit so that the camera can actually show things. It's really silly that now you have to control the craft in the whole thing instead of using your mouse. I mean, it makes sense for a console where you don't have a mouse, so instead you can just use... I wonder, does it work? No, apparently not. But probably that's around how you make it move on consoles. But it doesn't make sense on PCs. Ugh. So lastly, we have Erenl. Erenl is a garden world in its last stages of habitability. While its soil still supports agriculture, its animal biodiversity has fallen to record lows, and the most successful remaining life is toxic blue-green algae and insect-like pest species. A large Solarian colony is trying to restore biodiversity to the planet, but setbacks are a fact of life. Mineral and fuel mining remains lucrative, however, and Erenl has a thriving spaceport that refuels many ships passing into the Terminus Systems. So it's a Solarian colony. It doesn't really say the name of it though, or how many people there are in it. But hey, it's a garden world. It's rare to see those. Yeah, the orbital distance is nice, period is nice, radius is okay. Day length slightly longer, but still okay. Good pressure. Nice temperature. Nice gravity. Pretty good. Unfortunately, this is not the first game, and you cannot actually land on Garden Worlds. No! No Mako also. Oh well. And lastly, we have the prison ship Purgatory. Owned by the notorious Blue Suns mercenary company, the Purgatory was once an ARC ship, used to hold agricultural animals. Now it is used to hold prisoners, whether taken in battle or sold by unscrupulous politicians under the name of subcontracting and outsourcing. Rumors abound that the Blue Suns turn skilled or fit prisoners over to Batarian slavers, but few have ever seen the transaction and live to tell about it. Its population is listed at 4,350, but independent journalists estimate it is nearly 3 times that in periods of overcrowding. So it was an ARC ship, you say? Used to hold agricultural animals, you say? Ryder is such a pig. But this will have to wait for next time. So, see you all then. Later.